Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about She-Hulk because it's already happening. You already got people defending it and saying how amazing this show is. But what I really want to talk about is how the writers came out and said that, basically they don't know how to write. That's pretty much what they just said. So they were basically like, well, we were going to try to do a multi-episode about, the Abomination's trial, but then we realized that we don't know anything about law. But the show is called She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and people are going to expect She-Hulk to have courtroom cases like Alec McBeal and Boston Public. How does that work? And why do we have people sitting up here writing a show when they clearly don't know anything? Because you could have easily got a lawyer or a judge consultant on the show to help you write real court cases that She-Hulk could have used. Or, I don't know, pick up a goddamn comic book where She-Hulk was actually being a fucking lawyer. Damn moronic idiots. Shit. That's the problem. And that's the thing that pisses me off, because they're finding these talentless women to write these shows, and all it shows is the incompetency of a woman who don't feel like doing nothing. It reminds me of one of my friends. When we were when we were little, we used to write stories or whatever, and she never wanted to do the bare minimum of researching and trying to make sure what we were saying or writing was accurate, because she was like, well, it doesn't really matter because it's just a story. No, there are certain parameters of the story that you have to understand for the readers. If we're going to talk about a subject, we need to know the subject. Why do I have to do the research and write the thing when you're supposed to be doing the research for me to make it easier for me to write the stuff quicker? You know what I'm saying? Because it just shows a fundamental of laziness. Let's be honest, this show should have just been called She-Hulk. So at least you could have just had one episode where she's a lawyer and then the other episodes where she fuck off and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to call a show She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, I expect there to be law cases. Hell, you could have even took a case from Law and Order and twisted around and made a superhero story with it. But you couldn't do that because guess what? You're fucking lazies. That's what it is. Like, it's just so stupid. And then you're talking about you're making a show. The show is written by women and it's for women. You mean in a target audience who are predominantly male? This isn't a female game. That's the problem that y'all understand. Y'all always want to talk about somebody being sexist. No, the sexist thing is to force yourself into shit that ain't for your ass. I'm not saying that women don't like comic books or whatever, but most of them do not give a damn. And the writers that they get do not give a damn about these characters or do not have a fundamental understanding of these characters at all. That shit's getting very annoying to spot out. And then people want to try to justify it. Oh my God, the first 4 episodes was amazing. It picks up where Miss Marvel left off at. You mean the least watched show? And then of course where everybody's favorite line is, it's not meant for you. It was meant for women, or it's not meant for you. It was for diverse people. Okay, great. It look like not that many diverse folks watched Miss Marvel, just like it wasn't that many women who watched damn She-Hulk or any other show. You know what I'm saying? It's the same damn thing, and it's gonna be this whole what's that thing called? Charlie's Angel thing. Remember when Elizabeth Banks was like, straight men? It was straight men. This movie isn't for you. And then after it bombed, why straight men didn't watch this movie? Sexism in action. No, bitch, you told us if you don't like it, don't watch it, or it's not made for you. Y'all just admitted that the She-Hulk show isn't made for men to watch. So guess what? If men don't watch it, or if it fails, or if people review it and say it's not good, y'all gonna try to cry victimhood. No, you can't cry victimhood, because that's what y'all asses put out there. You have moronic idiots who decided that they can't write worth a damn. And all they do is show that there are incapable women who don't need to be writing nothing at all. Especially when it comes to comic book stuff. Because guess what? Everyone knows the John Byrne She-Hulk run. And all of the She-Hulk runs that's been successful were written by men. I wonder how come that's the case. But when a woman is writing She-Hulk, sales tank, don't nobody want to watch it. This shit is not for you. Take y'all romantic Sex in the City asses and write other shit. But stop trying to come into an action male dominant thing and then try to change it around to accommodate. That's like me coming up into Sex in the City and making Sarah Jessica Jones and her friends fight a sex predator or something like that. I'm talking about like action where they suit up in some tight leather costume and put some guns or martial art weapons on, and they go and hunt a sex predator who's been terrorizing women in the little thing. That's not Sex in the City anymore. Y'all would have been mad. Y'all would have been like, of course a man will write this. Yes, because because a lot of men want to see that kind of stuff. But you never hear a man demanding a woman's show or whatever be changed for them. But for some reason, when it comes to male dominant things, we have to accommodate. We have to adjust. Make the shit make sense. Or how come the original Charlie's Angel and the movie Charlie's Angels, the ones with Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore and Lucy Liu, made money? Why were they successful? You know? Because they knew what people wanted. Why was shows like Xena the Warrior Princess, Buffy the Vampire Slayer successfully well for men? Huh? Because the people who were writing those shows fundamentally understood how to write these female characters to make them likable, but also make them where, wow, they kick ass, they didn't belittle men at all. They were just fighting. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to the first superhero, Wonder Woman, the first female superhero, Wonder Woman. Why hasn't her recent shit worked? Why was 1984 not successful as the first Wonder Woman movie was? Be cool. You know? Because you got women on there writing this stuff and they're writing bullshit. They don't want to fundamentally understand the women. They want to fundamentally change things that they see what was wrong with the character. And actually what the stuff that you find that was wrong with the character is actually what worked. You're offended by for what? Who are you offended by? Because you never cared about this character to begin with. Now all of a sudden you want to nitpick everything that was wrong with the character, and what? Now the character is boring. Now people don't want to read it. And again, it's the same thing with the whole diversity and inclusion shit. When y'all try to change characters and try to make them another race, it ain't enough women who cares about this stuff that is going to watch and support. Just like it's not enough black people or enough Asian or enough Latinos to show up and support when you race swap a character. It's not. So your job is to make a show that's appealing to everyone or to majority. My goal, if I was making movies or shows or comic books or whatever, is to make something appealing for the general audience. And when I mean that, I mean like majority. If I'm going to take a property like Marvel, DC, Star Wars, I understand that, first off, it's a male-dominant thing. Am I not saying that women? Yeah, there are some women. But again, male-dominant thing. So what I would do is I would make sure that I will understand the lore, understand where these characters left off at, understanding what I'm writing and what I'm creating for the fans. Because you want the fans you want to appeal to the fans. And I want to appeal to the hardcore fans, not the ones that just show up just for the fuck of it. Because they're going to show up regardless. So why not appeal it to fans who've been keeping the stuff around for a long time. Because it's not that damn hard to have gotten the She-Hulk thing. Because even then, they were also talking about, well, we wanted to do some Spider-Man stuff too. Why are you talking about Spider-Man in a fucking She-Hulk show? Like, why is that even a focus? Just like everybody's really watching it for Abomination, Hulk, and Daredevil. They're literally watching for cameos. Wong is in there. More people are talking about Wong and Daredevil and Abomination than they are talking about She-Hulk. And then y'all thought, you know what'd be cool? Let's put She-Hulk ass on Tinder so she can match up with people who want to smash her, even though they can't smash her in real life. Make the shit make sense. All this is doing is showing how incompetent women writers are. And I'm not saying that there aren't competent women writers. There are. But when you got women writers coming out the woodwork who are working on Marvel projects or Star Wars projects, and they're failing with the audience, and then y'all want to try to defend it. No, the shit sucks. Your writing sucks. This whole view of female equality nonsense, whatever, does not work. Looking at the character in a female lens did not work. It didn't. So instead of doubling down on it, let's go back to what worked. There's a reason why when successful solo female characters were done correctly by men. Make that make sense. Why were they successfully well known and well liked and well beloved? Most men, I'm not saying all of them, but most comic book writers are men. And they understand what a comic book fan wants to read. Just like they understand, just like there are people who work in movies and shows and they know the genre of what they want. And if you're going to write an action series, if you're going to write a superhero series and you're going to add law or romance or whatever, they know how to balance it out. And it seems like y'all don't know how to do it. All this does is just show how incompetent everything is. And all of a sudden, all it's going to do is when people really talk about this show and talk about how it wasn't good, here y'all go, oh, woe is me, men are mean, and the world is so sexist, and women never get a chance to do anything, even though most of the damn companies now are ran by women. And what have that done for anybody? Piss most people off, especially entertainment wise. Just being honest. When you're writing a show, when you're doing something that has legacy, lore, history, fans, you need to do the research, the bare minimum at least. And stop half-assing it. Because what you saying with these articles of y'all wanting to do Spider-Man stuff, or y'all didn't really know how to write law stuff, and y'all really wanted to do this Sex and City kind of style with She-Hulk or whatever and stuff like that, shows how incapable you are as a writer and as a creator. And people are going to use that on you. So when people come out and say the show sucks, or this didn't make any sense, or this didn't work, you can't say no, this, because here's your own words saying that y'all didn't really know. Y'all barely had a pitch. So at this point, you get what you deserve. Congratulations, Disney. But it is what it is. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.